Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope that you had a lovely July. How did that happen? I do not know, but in today's video I am going to be talking you through everything that I tested in the last month, every single product that I tested in July, now that I've had a little bit more time to play with them and decide what my final thoughts really are on all of this new makeup. So if you haven't seen my channel before, I test a lot of makeup, cruelty-free and affordable makeup. That is what I do here 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. And then at the end of the month, I do this video. I come back and I tell you what all of my final thoughts are. So let's just get on into it because there's a lot of products to talk through today. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But the first video that went up in July, I was testing the new palette from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. So this is the first palette that I've ever tried from Beauty Moon. This is the Medusa palette. Obviously, it's green. I love it. I really have been enjoying this palette a lot. Mainly for, here's a surprise, mainly for the duochrome, multichrome shade. Nobody is surprised by that. Venom Veil, this shade on the top row here, is the most incredible, shifty, but still quite sheer sort of topper feeling. It's beautiful and I have been using this so much. I've been using quite a lot of the shimmers in this palette. I'm also very impressed with Sandstorm and Immortal for more like regular shimmer shades. I do think that the shimmer and the matte formula, the multichrome and the matte formula are beautiful. I have tried to use Wrath and I'm just not, it's fine. It's not as impactful as I would like it to be. That really is the only shade in the palette that I'm not very impressed with. Everything else is beautiful. I love the colour story, I love the colour selection. It is quite a dark palette, but I do feel like I can get a lot of looks out of it. I've really been enjoying that this month. It's a green palette. If you're not into colourful palettes, it probably wouldn't be for you. I love green. I love green. It's one of my favourite eyeshadow colours to wear. I just really love it. And this has become, would I say this has become a favourite? I don't know, it's definitely up there. It's a time and a place sort of thing, but I've really been enjoying it. So next up, the next video that went live, I was testing a load of products from Primark, and already I have been seeing on their Instagram that they have brought out new liquid blushes, and I'm like, I don't need them, but I want them. So, potentially another testing new Primark video coming up, but there are 2 products that I wanted to highlight in this video because I can't stop using them. One of them I'm wearing today and they're just absolutely beautiful. So let's start with the PS Pro Liquid Highlight with jojoba oil, shea butter and vitamin E. This is the most beautiful, blinding, champagne-y coloured highlight. Let me just swatch this a little bit on the back of my hand. It just blends in to the skin so flawlessly. It's absolutely beautiful and I love a liquid highlight at the best of times. I love a liquid highlight and this one is beautiful. I said in my review video that I didn't pick this up for the longest time because it says that the colour is gold and I thought, you know what, gold, it's just not going to work for my skin tone. It's going to work for so many skin tones, but gold is not for me. This is not gold. That is misleading in my opinion. This is a beautiful like champagne-y, nudie, almost icy, truly, like it's very light if I just blend that out. But also it is still quite sheer, so I do feel like it would work for a lot of people. And I've really been loving that. I have used a sponge, I have used a brush, I have blended that out in so many different ways over the top of so many different base combinations, and it just works beautifully. And then the products that I'm wearing today, the setting powder. This powder is beautiful. So this is the PS Sweet 4-in-1 loose face setting powder, matte finish, cherry fragranced with a puff applicator. I haven't used the puff. I don't generally use that. The only reason that I keep it is so that it stops the product from just spilling out absolutely everywhere. But I take the puff out, I put the lid fully back on, I turn it upside down, I smack it on its butt, I turn it back the other way, I smack it on the lid, and then it just dispenses a perfect amount for one application. Beautiful. Mattifying. Like, I'll get onto the other products that I'm wearing on my face. I didn't film this look. If you'd like to see it, I can film it, just let me know. But yeah, wearing this powder, and I have like very glowy base products on underneath, and it looks like nice and matte down the centre. Still very glowy on the outsides of the face, obviously, because it's me, but beautiful, so lightweight. It's not overly fragranced. I was concerned. Like, when you first open it, you can definitely smell the cherry fragrance, but I find, honestly, as soon as you get it onto your brush and you're like putting it onto your face and sort of dispersing the product, you can't smell it, which I like. I like the scent, but honestly, who needs their face to smell like cherries? Like, not me. I would rather have literally everything unscented, because firstly, then it works for everybody, and secondly, you're just minimizing the chance of it being too fragranced and making this allergy gal sneeze. But I really have been enjoying that powder. It's lovely, and it's a really finely milled powder, so you can just take a very small amount and disperse it completely over your whole face. You can take a very big brush. I generally take something quite small and do it a little bit more targeted, just because I only need it in very small areas with having dry skin. But I've really been loving that powder. I'm a very big fan, especially for £4 UK. Very impressed. Next up, I did a video testing a load of new bits from Technic. So many of them were fine, and I'm not going to mention any of those, but I have two here just to even it out, you know, the equilibrium. We've got to talk about the good and the bad, and unfortunately I have got some bad products. I had a hair in my mouth. I've got some bad products that were in that video that I just need to tell you about. So, starting with the Technic Eye Canvas. This is the eyeshadow base. They actually sent this to me. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's fine. It's like, this is the light shade, but they also have medium that is like still too light for my skin tone. I will probably use this in a very specific look. If I need something quite brightening to do like a bright neon pastel in a corner or something like that, I would probably use something like this. It is grippy, but I almost feel like it's too thick. Like, it is quite a thick primer, but also it's got colour to it. It's not my favourite one. I have really been enjoying the e.l.f. one. This one is fine. It's not, I wouldn't recommend it. I will use it because I have it, but I wouldn't recommend. And then the Technic Nude Edit Liquid Lip Liner in Berrylicious. Considering how much I love the nude shade, is it called Buff? Or is it, I think I have Buff and I have Nudie. I can't remember which one I love. Berrylicious is very bad. It's really patchy, and it almost dries. Like, as you're applying it, it dries a lot quicker, so then you can't go back over that same area. Once it's dry, you're done. You can't go back in. I recommend the lighter shades if you are my sort of skin tone. I recommend the lighter shades. Berrylicious, I feel like, probably because it's such a statement colour and you need it to be smooth. If you're going to have that statement colour, you need full pigment and you need to be able to go back in and like neaten things up if that's going to be like the focal point of your look, and this one just didn't work. It just really didn't, and I've used this many times since that first video, which like it didn't work in that first video, so I'm not telling you anything new here, but since then I have stored this. I have actually had this in the lid of my moisturiser, my Bioma moisturiser. This has been tip down for weeks and I still don't necessarily feel like I'm getting enough product down in the tip of it. So unfortunately 2 fails there. But breaking news, Emco Beauty is now in the UK. I'm sorry if you aren't interested in Emco Beauty, but I very much am. I've really fallen deep into the Emco rabbit hole because so many things that I tried in my first impression have just fit straight into my everyday routine that now they are just... I'm wearing loads of them today. So I'm wearing the foundation today. This is my tinted Emco Beauty Miracle Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. Not technically a foundation. It is very lightweight, but my oh my does this look beautiful, and it looked beautiful for a full day. It looks amazing at the end of a very hot, very sweaty day. I have been loving this. I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing a very small amount of this today over the top of the Catrice stick. I'm literally wearing it. I've just applied it. How do I do this? How do I lose things that I've literally just applied? I don't know. I have that on and then I have a few drops of this blended out with a sponge. You can really dial it down if you just want the tiniest, very quick wash of something, or you can build it up. It's beautiful. If you have dry skin, I highly recommend this. I love, and I have the shade 0.5 to 2, very light, and it's my perfect colour. I think that is fabulous. I have also really been loving the powder. So this is the Miracle Flawless Pressed Powder. I do potentially think I'm going to get the light shade because a few of you have been messaging me on Instagram saying that yes, it's tinted, yes, it has that little bit of colour, but when you disperse it you can't really see a great deal of that colour. It doesn't have a great deal of coverage or anything like that. So I do think I'm going to get the light, but I did get the translucent shade just to start with. This is, again, so lightweight feeling, but very sort of smoothing on the skin. I don't necessarily know if this is the sort of powder that will elongate the wear of my makeup, but it's absolutely the sort of powder that I would put in my handbag with like a big fluffy brush and just sort of mindlessly set the face if I was out and about for the day. I think that this is lovely, and again, been using it so much. I have actually been using this quite a lot in conjunction with the Primark powder, because this very lightly at first, and then this just a little bit more where I need maybe more long-term mattifying. Really been enjoying that one. Also really been enjoying the spray, the Miracle Flawless Setting Spray. Really been loving this. If I have, I mean, I've just said about applying 2 powders. If I have over powdered, because as a dry skin gal I also do that, which like shouldn't be an issue for me, but I absolutely do that all the time. This to like rejuvenate if I have gone overboard with powders, lovely. I will actually, let's do that whole smudge test, because I haven't done it with this powder. So let's take Wicked Bloom from the Medusa palette. Let's just swatch that there. So Now I'm covered in... Didn't think that through. And let's take some of this powder. It's been a very long day, in case you can't tell. Some of this spray. And let's see if that will be smudge proof when that dries. You know, just for science. Not for any other reason than that. We'll come back to that in a minute. But the Emco Beauty Highlight and Glow Beauty Wand. This is in peach. In my first impressions video, I applied this and then I applied the powder over the top, the powder blush over the top. I wanted to come on and say this by itself, chef's kiss. If you don't like a glowy blush, this won't be for you. If you don't like a glowy blush, I wouldn't recommend these. I love I want a glowy blush at all times. That is what I want to be buried in. I love a glowy blush, and this one is perfection. I don't even feel like I need a highlight over the top when I wear this. I'm very, very impressed. Blends out so easily, but also you can build it up. Really, really been loving it. I also wanted to mention the powder blush that I was just talking about. So this is the Glow Up PH Powder Blush in Peach Pop. I am wearing this today. It is, I mean, I've got a highlight on as well, but it is the most beautiful peachy blush, as you would think from the name. This, I wanted to test this by itself, not over the top of the liquid, to see how much pigment you get just from this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, because I've heard people say that obviously this is a dupe for the Dior one, like look at the packaging. Obviously it's a dupe for the Dior one. I've heard people say that the Dior one doesn't have very good coverage. Obviously I haven't tried it, but like it's a very light wash of colour, the Dior one. This one really packs a punch. You don't need a lot of it, but also you can definitely build it up. I like to wear a lot of blush. Guilty, I do, but I feel like this is just the perfect amount. It's really, really pretty. Then in my first impressions video, I tried one shade of the lip liner. Was it Luxe Pink? Yes. I picked up every single shade, and there will be a swatching, try on every shade video coming next week, but I am wearing Rose Satin today. All over the lip, scribbled on. These lip liners are beautiful. They are creamy as you're applying them, so they really glide on very, very nicely, but honestly give it like 30 seconds and they sort of set down, but not in a way that feels tight or drying or anything like that. They set down and then they are so long lasting. I'm really, really impressed with these, and like I say, I now own all of the shades. And spoiler alert for that video that's coming next week, I love every single one. I think that this is potentially my favourite for the like nudie options, and it's the lightest one, Rose Satin. But I love this. I love this a lot. So the next video that went up, let me reorganise my table a little bit here. The next video that went up, Beauty Bay launched a new eyeshadow palette, so of course I bought it immediately. This is the Desert Haze 20 colour palette. At the time of filming, I still haven't been brave enough to wear that blue. I think realistically the only way that I would incorporate the blue into a look is by doing obviously a warm smoky eye and then doing a blue smudgy wing. But I'm still scared. I don't know, the blue just scares me, and I love colour. I love colourful makeup, but something about that blue just terrifies me. So please leave a comment down below saying, Millie, we desperately want to see you do that look with the blue wing, to like make me do it, because otherwise I'm gonna get through this whole palette and not have one single use on that blue. I love the palette. The obviously Mirage has been my most used, but also Sol, the yellow shimmer, that has surprised me how much I've reached for that. Since I tried this, so a lot of the month I have just been using this and putting, I mean, a lot of the time it was June, but it could also be like one of the other like more mid-tone nudie shades, putting that sort of through the crease on the outer corner, and then taking Sol on more of a smaller, like this sort of brush, taking one of these, picking up quite a lot of Sol and putting it sort of on the inner corner, but also like up through the inner part of the eye to like brighten and have that pop of a pastel yellow shimmer. Like, who is mad at that? I have been loving that look and I'm just really impressed. Another shade that I haven't used yet, I mean obviously there's a few that I haven't used, but another one that I haven't used yet is Prickly Pear. When I swatched that shade, it honestly left a green line, like smudge, on my arm for like 2 days. And I like obviously washed I obviously washed in that time, but in the end I had to get a glove, like an exfoliating glove, and scrub at my skin. So I know that's another one, like I'm scared to use that on my eye. Like, if you have used that Prickly Pear shade on your eye with obviously some sort of eyeshadow primer, but if you have used this shade, please let me know if it's staining on your eyeballs, because it's stained on my arm so intensely that I'm scared to use it on my eyeballs, especially with it being like a bluey shade. Like, I do not need any help getting blue tones around my eyes. That is not something that I need help with, but overall the palette has been a firm favourite. I love these warmer tones on the eyes anyway. I think they are beautiful if you've got blue eyes, but the blue and that Prickly Pear shade both terrify me. Then the next video that went up, I was very kindly gifted a load of products from Profusion, and not because I make videos, they don't know that I made it. They honestly, I've been talking to them on Instagram and they haven't been replying to me, which is rude, but yeah. It wasn't because I make videos, I just want a giveaway that was on their Instagram, but I want to be completely transparent that I did get sent all of these products. So starting with the primer stick, so this is the Are You Hot Like Me Moisturizing Face and Body Highlight Balm. I don't necessarily agree with this saying that it's a highlight balm. It's not very glowy. For me, this is a primer balm stick, or like something that you would use on the body, but you would have to like really rub it out and you wouldn't like smooth it across your skin, and you wouldn't necessarily see any highlight qualities. It looks nice and glowy and like moisturized, but it's not like a highlight, or what I would consider glowy enough to be a highlight, and that's coming from somebody who likes a lot of highlight. Anyway, I'm rambling. This under foundation is lovely. I have tried this with a few different foundations since I got it, and it's been lovely. It's nice and hydrating. It is nice and moisturizing. It goes onto the skin really, really nice and smoothly. It does go on a little bit red, but like, let me do it on this hand. It goes on a tiny little bit red, but once you like smooth it into the skin, you can't see it anymore. Yeah, really been enjoying that. Which is a surprise, because when I first got it, I was like, I'm never going to use a red highlight. Use your makeup in a way that works for your makeup routine, and for me, under my foundation, this has been lovely. Then the cheek combo of dreams, if you like a glowy blushy cheek. The Blush Hour Shimmering Liquid Blush in Peach Mimosa and the Radiant Glow Illuminating Liquid Highlight in Rose Quartz. Both of these, perfection. Absolute perfection. I cannot downplay enough how much I love this combo. So the liquid highlight feels quite different to a lot of other liquid highlights that I have because this has got more of a pink undertone. It is pink rather than others that I have that are more like champagne, nude, icy even. This does feel more like a blush topper, but for that reason, that feels like I will get more use out of it than like something very icy that would maybe only go with cool tone blushes, or something quite champagne-y warm that would only go with more warm blushes. This feels like it sort of sits right in the middle and it will go with any blush combo. I have been wearing this so much. It blends out beautifully with a brush or a sponge. I have been loving. And when I've been like finishing my makeup and I'm like, you know, I just want more glow. I always just want to add a little bit more glow. I have been reaching for this one over basically anything else. And the blush, like I've just been using this so much as well. It's not what I'm wearing, so I don't know why I was about to go like that, but it's the lightest little wash of a blushy, glowy colour, but that you can build up where you want it. So you can apply it, blend it right out, and then just apply a little bit more where you want to build it up and not blend it out quite as far. It's beautiful. I already really enjoyed the liquid blush formula from Profusion, but this one is absolutely fantastic because obviously I want a glowy blush at all times. And then the Dream Big Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. This is the mascara that I'm wearing today. I cannot stop wearing this. It does not smudge, it does not flake. I am so impressed with this mascara and I was so ready to not like it because I have had such awful experiences with Profusion mascaras historically. In that Profusion giveaway, that Profusion video, there is a giveaway that is running until Monday. So you're seeing this on Friday. Fingers crossed if I get it edited before then. You're seeing this on Friday. That giveaway will end on Monday. So if you're quick, you can enter a giveaway within that video, but it will be linked. You can go and enter that there. I've just realised that I wanted to mention this in the Emco section. I'll just throw it in here. The Super Pen 4-in-1 liner. I really like the brow section of this. I'm wearing the highlight again today, just right on the inner corner. I tried the black liner section of this the other day. Honestly, yeah, it's very black, but it's very smudgy. It doesn't stay where you put it. And I ended up with a very dark smoky eye, which wasn't the intention that I was going for. The lip liner is fine, but I prefer the lip liner pencils. And that was what I think of that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. If you have any products from Emco for the brows, I'm all ears because I didn't get any products other than this. And I know that they've got a brow gel and I think they have a few brow pencils and I'm interested. But if you were, you know, considering this for some, it is very convenient and you have got like basically all of the liners that you would ever need. I just don't necessarily think that all of these together are better quality than all of these separately. Like I can already tell you that the lip liners are better separately, but I didn't try an eyeliner or a brow pencil separately. So If you have any recommendations, leave them down below. But that was everything that I tested last month. Let's go ahead, because that has dried. Let's see if this, I mean, I have already like stained my finger that I swatched that with, but let's do it with this one. Oh, okay, so it's smudging a little bit, but not a lot. Okay, so potentially this is like going to elongate the wear of your makeup. Okay. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Okay, but that surprised me. It has smudged a little bit, but like not a lot, considering obviously the level of pigment that has like stained my finger there. Okay, I'm impressed with that. So that is everything that I tested last month and that I've tested like right here live with you. That doesn't happen very often, but that is everything. I would love to hear what products you have been loving this month. What have you been hating this month? I want to know that as well. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.